Yo guys, Theo here, Uncommon Sense. So yes, unfortunately, what you could decipher from the video title there is true. I quit nicotine and relapsed, and this is me announcing I will quit it again with a new dry fast that I will tell you about in this video. For newer viewers, I want to clarify that I've never been a smoker, or back in my degenerate days when I partied a lot, I could smoke a lot during a party night, but I was never an everyday smoker. But I've used this Swedish thing, I guess we have it in Norway too, but called snus, tobacco that you put under lip. And you know what? Since I now have like a week left to enjoy this, I can show you. It looks like this. This is the, like, what you have little pouches, but there is a loose version. And you know, you use it, I'll actually use it on video. Here, you take one of these, you put it like that. Like, that's a hardcore way to put it up with a tongue, you know. But okay, so I'm gonna tell you all about it. So I've not been hiding this from you guys. I've been meaning to tell you, but so the way it happened, and if you're wondering, under my snake juice saltwater fast I've been doing recently, yes, I have also used this. I didn't tell you about it in the video because I would feel the need to explain myself like I'm going to do in this video. So I wanted to put it separately. And now when I was going to do it, I decided, like, what the F? I'll just quit it again. So yes, how it happened, depending on how long you've been following me, you know that I've told you I've had some personal struggles, just heavier era of my life this fall and winter. And so when I had been off the snus for 3 months, I was dog sitting, guarding the dog for my parents, and my dad still uses this too, and he had left one of these boxes with snus at home. And at that point I had completely gotten rid of the addiction. It was not that I was craving for it, longing for it so much, but I had a really bad day, I was anxious, you know, and just knowing that when you've been away from it for so long, you're gonna get a nice high, like a body high. You're gonna feel relaxed and nice from it. I took one then, and then, you know, I'm not gonna go through it all, but basically at first I managed it well. I didn't use it every day. When I used it, I took 1 or 2 per day, and like now I'm not up to, like, it escalated like it always does with these things, like especially like I had been using this for 10 years before this, so now I wouldn't say I'm back to my former consumption, but probably over half, like the amount I still use. So it's gotten pretty bad. But yeah, so backstory, I once did a 72-hour dry fast, like that's way back at the start of this channel, when I didn't use nicotine or caffeine or drink or eat or even touch water, and use the sun a lot. But that time it was more like a test. I never planned on not going back to it. I didn't do it immediately afterwards though, because that dry fast was, I was amazed at how successful it was at removing the cravings. Because like the hard part of that dry fast, like I had never done it and I was scared of not drinking any water, you know. But during it, I never, of course I was thirsty at points, but what really messed with me was especially missing the nicotine. But so yeah, it was very successful then, so I knew it was a good method removing the addiction. But then, yeah, you know, I just started using it after a week or so after that again. And then late this summer, I did a 48-hour dry fast where I also did multiple saunas every day to enhance like the drying out and just detoxification of the body. I didn't feel like 48 hours was enough. Like it helped to kickstart. Like the first 36 hours or so of that is always the worst, and I felt all right at the end, but not, like the cravings were not as removed as after the first dry fast. But yeah, then you know, it was not that I craved it so much. Like for a few weeks, like at night I got some cravings and really couldn't think about much else, and I wanted the snooze. Then that disappeared, but I could tell that I got, this was not what, like, maybe depressed or whatever this fall, but I felt like a little depressed and a little like insecure, almost, in lack of a better word, because if you think of it, I use this is a cigarette. You can't smoke everywhere. You have to go out and take a cigarette and stuff. The thing about this is they last for much longer than a cigarette, and you can do it inside, like, whenever, you know. So if you have this constant, if your baseline is this constant little reward, of course when you remove that, it's gonna feel like something is, you feel worse. So I had this for like a month maybe, like it doesn't really matter, but I would say that after 2 months, everything felt good. Yeah, also during these 2 months, my digestion, yeah, I had really good digestion. Like snus, by the way, it's not that dangerous. Like, I'm not trying to make excuses here or anything. I mean, it's obviously not a healthy thing, but compared to cigarettes, it's not that dangerous at all. Like, they even had to remove on the label that it causes cancer, because there just isn't enough evidence for that. They say it can cause cancer, but for sure, it has an impact on your gut. But how I felt it was for me was that I had good digestion and everything working well. It was like my body had adjusted to this external thing coming in. But so when that was removed, for the first 2 months there, the difficult period or whatever, I had some digestion issues. I got like very constipated, and it was hard to remove. But like then for a month, everything was fine. So it was really a choice to go back to it. That, you know, I hope you can see this. If you look up to me and think I'm very disciplined and stuff, well, yeah, you're right. But I mean, this is a chance to show that. I almost said that famous expression, even the sun has spots. Like, that's not. Now I got into this whole joking thing where I'm pretending to be arrogant, but what I'm saying is, if you look up to me and think I'm handling things like diet and training well and stuff, like, this is a chance to see that no one is perfect, you know. I did fail there. I did regress for a bit. Yeah, but so, yeah, it was a choice to go back to it, and you know, and then, you know, I used it a little bit, and it escalated, and now I'm back to a little more than half of my former consumption. But so, yeah, I want to remove it. I'm gonna do another hard dry fast for 3 days. You know, 72 hours. But I don't really care if it's exactly 72 hours, but it must be longer than the last one I did, because, yeah, comparing the 2 dry fasts I did, removing the stimulants, the first one, I just felt like it was more removed after the fact. And you know what? I might even go out to that island, if you've been with me for that long, in the Swedish archipelago, to our house there, and be there by myself and just, yeah, have this little detox, removing addiction, dry fast thing. You know, I won't promise that I post daily videos from that fast, because I know from experience, like, the first half is probably going to be horrible. I'm just going to be thinking about wanting this and not being able to focus on much. Like, you know, the brain fog, when you feel like you can't focus, like, this is more like you feel like your brain is made out of barbed wire or something. Like it's not painful, but everything is just but so for the first half, instead of forcing out videos where I don't really say much except telling you that I feel like crap, you know, I'll probably wait, but I will obviously do something at the end of the fast, and probably some kind of recap afterwards too. But and also, you never know, if I find something, if it works, why not put out a video, you know. But so we'll see if I go out to the house. I have yet to decide, but I will do this 72-hour dry fast. I love this with accountability, something I learned from the snake diet. Like, when you announce it like this, there's no going back, you know. Now this is it. So is there anything more I want to say? No, I think I've covered it. So yeah, guys, I hope you see, I never intended to like lie or pretend or hide this from you. I just waited for the right time to tell you, and what better time to tell you, or like deciding to tell you, I also decided to F this again. Will it be the last time I quit? Who knows? But my intention is that. And yeah, like this is the funny thing. If my dad hadn't left that box of snus, like, would I have gone back to it? It's hard to tell, because I never, up until that point, I had never thought about bringing it back, because I didn't crave it. It was just that I didn't feel well, and boom, there was just in my face was something that could make me feel better. But in the wrong way, you know. You shouldn't do that. It's the yeah. Oh yeah, I'm adding this after finishing the video. I can tell you a little bit about my plan leading up to this dry fast. So I'm posting this on Sunday now, but I recorded it a few days earlier here in the week. But so what I'm going to do in this week, I'm going to make sure I don't train too hard. Like, probably my Monday and Tuesday workout will be pretty hard, and then I'll take it chill on Wednesday and Thursday. And on Thursday, like, probably in the forenoon or so, I'll start the fast and go until Sunday. And so I'll eat low carb foods, and I'll also use, as you saw, because I just put one in, the snus, I will like strategically, I generally recommend, if you quit addictions, I'll do it cold turkey, but since I'm having this plan with a dry fast and such, just makes sense to try and just, go a little lower each day leading up to that. And yeah, probably I'm gonna, it was some time, I've just done 1 3-day dry fast. I'm gonna refresh my memory on how to best prepare for it with some baking soda and stuff, what to break the fast with, and obviously I'll come back to you, tell you more about that later. And yeah, most likely this will mark the end of my cut I'm currently doing, because I'm already pretty close to my goal weight, which is 80 kilos, started at 84.5, down to 81.5 already, and I will have done some kind of fast before this, so probably I'll even end up a little bit lower after this dry fast, because I will burn more fat, dry fasting, but then I have some room to feast a little after quitting and celebrating quitting nicotine again. So yes, leave your input in the comment. Am I a lying little bitch that should have told you? Am I a huge failure? Do you think it will work? Leave a comment. Please like the video and subscribe to hear about my adventures dry fasting. There's a sauna at the summer house, so it can be a very dry fast. Okay guys, thank you for being you. Okay, see you guys, peace.